Howdy folks, John here, doing an R2 update video today, as you can see, specifically on R2 dome lighting systems. Now for those of you who are familiar with R2 light systems, you'll probably recognize these as the Teeces light set. And if you don't know much about the Teeces light set, I actually have a detailed video on them that I did when I first got them. I'll link to that below in the description if you want to learn more about them. Now, they've been in my R2 for almost 2 years now and been working fine, no problems at all, but to be honest, I've just never been happy with the look of them. You know, it's just too digital with the on and off flashing. The colors aren't randomized like they are with the color wheel fiber optic version that was initially in R2. And yeah, something's been lacking with them. Now there are other options. The other popular dome lighting option that many R2 builders use are the R-series lights. These use assignable nanopixel LED chips with fiber optics to condense the nanopixel LED array down into the smaller R2 logic displays and give the true analog color wheel look. Now, no question, they do look brilliant and most will argue give the best overall logic light emulation. But they are costly, and they don't come with the PSI lights, so you'd have to get those separate. Now, of course, shortly after I finished my R2 build in 2022, a third and impressive-looking budget dome lighting option was introduced by Darren Poulson from the UK called AstroPixels. Darren's AstroPixel dome lighting kit uses an ESP32 microcontroller with smaller addressable nanopixels than the R-series, so they can actually be fit on a PCB the exact same size as the actual R2 logic displays. Now this eliminates the need for the fiber optics, which simplifies the assembly, of course. They also come with the front and rear PSI lights and even 3 holoprojector lights. All this for less than half the cost of the Teeces or R-series at around 80 pounds or 100 USD. Now personally, I consider these AstroPixels the best bang for the buck R2 dome lighting option right now, so I decided to purchase a set to replace my Teeces sets. Now I'm not affiliated with Darren in any way, I just think these are excellent R2 light options and want to let other R2 builders know about them, especially if you're on a tight build budget. I have links to Darren's AstroPixel right up below in the description if you want to read up on them or purchase a set from his sale page on WeMake. Anyway, my set just arrived, so let's have a look. So here's the box that the AstroPixels come in. Quite small. Came from the UK, of course, because that's where Darren is located. And in the box, we get, what is this, a UK Builders Club trading card. It's just got Darren's own R2 pictured, all the details of his own. Invoice. Like I said, very reasonably priced R2 dome lighting set. Darren's got everything soldered up, so it's pretty much plug and play. So here is the control board, operates off of 5 volts. So if you've already got a Teeces light set in, this is pretty much just bolted in and you're good to go. At least I hope so. We'll be doing that in the next video on R2 here. Here's the rear logic light. And again, these use addressable blue, red, green LEDs, also called nanopixels. Let's actually have a peek at one under the microscope so you can actually see the control chip inside. These are pretty cool. Yeah, so I just find this fascinating. So each of these is a tiny little red, green, blue SMD LED chip, the blue LED, the red, and the green, and they're all controlled by a little microchip that's getting a data signal to control all of these. Just fascinating. Let's turn the lights out and have a peek at them. Just total nerdvana here. There's the blue firing, and as you can see, they can fade in and out, different brightness levels. This is the rear logic. We'll zoom in, and that's just giving the red, the green, and the orange or yellow. That's why just the green and the red are firing, but very cool things. And here's our 3 holoprojector lights, which I probably won't be using because I've already got really bright Cree LEDs in mine, but it comes with those. The R series don't come with the PSI lights either. These do. So the front and rear PSIs, those are the ones that change. The back one is green and yellow. Front one is blue and red. And then of course our 2 front logic lights. And connectivity is actually quite simple. Again, takes 5 volts input, just like the Teeces lights, and I believe the R series lights as well. And then on the board here, hopefully this will focus. So your first connection is the rear logic. Second one is the front logic. Third one down, front PSI. Fourth is the rear PSI. And then we've got 3 holoprojectors. And then this also gives you some auxiliary ports to program other lights, if you choose to do that. Again, there'll be links in the description below to Darren's page on these, which has links to the GitHub for programming and everything. But out of the box, he's got it programmed just for the standard R2 lighting sequence and everything. And each one of these have just an input on the back, and everything's easily marked. You've got the signal wire, center pin is the power, far one is ground, just like any servo connection. Signal, power, and ground. And then on your main board, I should have pointed that out as well, for plug orientation. Ground is the outside pin, power is the middle, and signal is on the inside. Okay, so I got them all hooked up, no big deal. What's nice about this, with the control board being separate on the Teeces lights, the control board is built into the rear logic light, so it kind of limits where you can put things. As you may have noticed in my R2 build video, I actually had a problem with the holoprojector servo because it was the control board on the Teeces lights was interfering with it. No problems with this unit. And the only other thing I would suggest is check all the little pins in the servo connectors. 2 of these, when I plugged them in, they weren't working right away. And just notice that the pins weren't slid all the way in to the little catches. So when you plug it into the pin on the boards, it didn't make contact. The female pin inside just slid back. So just make sure all the wires are pressed into the servo wiring connectors, or DuPont connectors, whatever you want to call them. So here's our front and rear PSIs. Quite bright. The holoprojectors, they just randomly come on and off. Most of the time they're off. There we go. And the logic lights, though, are what really are quite impressive. Again, this is emulating the color wheel that was in the original R2-D2. And if you actually ever wanted to do a color wheel, I was actually contemplating that. Adam Savage has got an awesome video on it, and it's just intriguing. You know, he gives you a master class on how to build the actual color wheel, fiber optic logics. We'll just watch a little bit of it real quick, but I will link to it below in the description. And for any R2 builder, really, it's a must watch, because just watching Adam work is amazing, right? But these give that very analog, fluid look. Now the lights are on. I'm going to turn them off here right away. That's one thing with these. If you are operating your R2 in bright sunlight, you're probably not going to see these. These aren't nearly as bright as the Teeces lights. So the Teeces lights still have a place. And I was going to sell my Teeces light set. I may not. I do like these. I only operate R2 mostly inside, but he does go outside on occasion. And we'll have to see what it looks like after it's installed. But these look really fluid. The camera just doesn't do this justice. And it will look better once the diffuser lens is over it, of course. And then here's the 2 front ones. Camera's picking those ones up better. But very random, very fluid. very much like the original color wheel. So very impressed with them. Well, if you're wondering how much current, let's just take a peek at the power supply. Can we zoom in on that bugger thing? Oh, I'm at a bad angle. Sorry about this, guys. What are we at there? 500 milliamps roughly. So if you're wondering how much power, if you've got power constraints in your system, 500 milliamps. That'll probably go up a little bit when the front Teeces are on, or when the holoprojectors are on. But that should give you an idea. I'm sure it never peaks over an amp. Actually, let's just do a restart so you see what it looks like when you boot it up, when you power it up originally. So it does the AstroPixels font. There it just peaked upwards of 700 milliamps when everything's running here. So that's pretty much your maximum current. So next video, we'll get these installed into the dome, take the Teeces lights out. Thanks for watching, folks. See you next time.